Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. This is our team member Fatin Nur Alia, Nurul Wahida, Nur Farah Hanani, Nur Farah Liana, Nur Akila, Raja Fatin Munira and Syahira Amira. Introduction. Diet is the thing that a person consumes food and drink for a day, as well as the mental and physical condition that connected to eating. Every person should take a good and healthy food and drink every day that also can help prevent malnutrition and diet-related non-communicable diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. The most important internal factor in students' meal choice was health, followed by sensory appeal and food nature contents. Price may have been the most important external food choice criteria, followed by convenience, weight control, mood, familiarity, and ethical concern. Nur Hasma, Young Pacing 2011. The most important determinant in food selection were health, internal, and price, external. Mean score of both factors were almost equal. Price was a barrier to eating healthy. Most of the time, good health comes at a price. Due to a lack of a resource, students are more concerned with the price than the quality of the food. For problem statements, due to today's hectic lifestyle, students are likely to have a regular meal time and eat food that more expensive. Students need to spend the least amount of money possible every day. As a result, students prefer to take improper nutrients on a daily basis and will lead to all sorts of problems, including disease, illness, and a lack of energy to focus on lecture. Furthermore, a lack of awareness of quality of food can have impact on a student's mental and physical health. Students are exposed to fast food since they are unable to maintain a balanced diet on campus due to the high cost of food. They are also easily influenced by the lure. As a result, students prefer choosing fast food in order to save money while at university.
Next, for the project objective, our main objective is to discover student diet habit and attitude toward the healthy eating food. Based on the diet habit and attitude, we can suggest a healthy menu with the minimum cost for those who live in KUO.
Significant project. This project research will assist students to present the implementation of linear programming on the example of minimizing diet costs. One of the most basic human needs is to eat enough food on a regular basis. If a sufficient amount of the food allows the human body to function normally, it provides energy for physical and mental work and improve immune function. The importance of this project is reducing the total cost of the daily intake while maintaining the requirement on a regular basis of a sufficient amount of all nutrients needed for proper human body structure and function.
Next, I will explain about literature review. A literature review is one of the earliest elements of a research endeavor. As a result, this chapter evaluation is based on academic books, essay, newspaper article, internet sources, and studies on student balanced diet practice. The findings are backed up by research. These resources help researchers to ensure that their research and studies have enough evidence to back up their research. This strategy is used to solve numerous minimization or maximization problems, including diet problem. A linear equation and a mathematical model help find optimal solution, such as greatest profit or least cost. The goal of the diet problem is to locate meals that match daily nutritional needs at low cost. Okay, there are many studies which apply linear programming to diet problem. Okay, for example, Naim and Farihan 2021. Okay, in their research, they are focusing on reducing vitamin A intake because it can benefit vision, skin health, and the immune system. This research involved a few nutrients such as calcium, iron, cholesterol, and vitamin A. Okay, too much vitamin A can cause disorder including osteoporosis and hip fracture. So this is another reason to limit vitamin A intake. Okay, in this research, they using Excel solver and graphical method to solve linear programming. Okay, another example is from Riham, Rosalie, and Siti 2019. Okay, they want to create a low-cost, healthful cuisine that meet individual needs and help prevent cancer. A healthy and balanced diet is critical to lowering cancer rates. Okay, they are focusing on healthy adult aged 19 and older, including male and female from a local university in Kuala Lumpur as well as employees and students. Okay, in this study, they using soft linear programming model in Excel solver. Okay, next, as we know, there are so many types of nutrients, but in our research, we only focus on protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin C, and calcium. Okay, first, nutrient. Our bodies need a sophisticated mix of nutrients to be beneficial, and we can control biological process and provide energy. Okay, this sentence according to Sionancho 2000. According to Rock 2004, nutrition balance nutrient intake and nutritional need. Okay, Supariaza 2001 defined that nutrition is using food for purpose other than survival, growth, and organ function. A healthy diet keep the body working, keep the mind sharp, and strengthen the immune system. We need enough protein, carb, fat, vitamins, mineral, and water, including fiber. Okay, this sentence according to Government 2020. Next, protein. Protein make up 16 to 19% of the typical adult male body weight and are the primary building block of cell. Okay, the significant part of protein is to replace cells that have damaged, have died, such as blood cell, kidney and liver cell, muscle, hair follicle, teeth and bones. Okay, according to Gentleman 2018, amino acid are the building blocks of protein. Okay, meat, fish, egg, milk product, leguminous bean, wheat, rice, barley, oat are the primary protein sources in the diet. Okay, for the carbohydrate are the body primary energy source. Carbohydrates are stored in glycogen in the liver and muscle. This one is according to Fikawati, Shafiq and Beratamala 2017. Okay, carbohydrates are divided into two types. First is simple carbohydrate and complex carbo. Okay, sugar and milk all contain simple carbohydrate. Okay, complex carbohydrates are found in fibrous vegetable, wheat, rice, cereal, oat, and other food. This one is based on Boyle and Rose 2010. Okay, next, fat. Fat gives us energy. They are essential for body structure and metabolism. Fat is glycerol and fatty acid. Blood clotting and muscle contraction need fat. This one according to Harvard 2019. Okay, vitamin C. Unlike other vitamin C is water soluble and is not stored in the body. Okay, up to 2 million cells between 1,500 and 1,800 dietitians were aware of the disease. This one is according to Carpenter 1986. Vitamin C is an antioxidant that can help heal wounds. Okay, this fibrous protein is found in the immune, bone, cartilage, and blood system. Braverman 2019. So we really need vitamin C for our diet. Okay, last one is calcium. Despite its small size, calcium is essential for good health. 1 to 2% of the body weight is this mineral. Okay, this one is according to Norden 1976. A small amount of calcium phosphate in the skeleton and teeth form insoluble salt with phosphoric acid. Cashman 2002. Okay, calcium is required for bone growth and maintenance. The human body is mostly calcium. Okay, adult need 1000 milligram calcium per day. Okay, according to Trimbley and Gilbert 2011, thyroid hormone deficiency is linked to obesity. Okay, so we really need this type of nutrient for our diet.
Okay, we go to the next part, which is how we collect the data. A simple survey is distributed to 16 students of Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris. The purpose of the study is to discover each student diet pattern and suggest the healthy menu with the minimum cost among UPSI students who live at KUO. The survey requires students to answer what they most prefer to eat for lunch. The survey also aims to discover student attitude toward healthy eating habits. The choice of menu suggested in the survey was obtained through observation of the curve. In order to obtain a feasible solution for this diet, the study only consider 5 nutrients, which are proteins, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin C, and calcium as shown in table. The nutritional content of each menu is obtained from the website of Ministry of Health. So this is the nutrition recommended by daily intake, which are we only take 5 nutrients: protein, carbohydrate, fats, vitamin C, and calcium. From the table, we can see that recommended daily intake for protein only 55 grams. For carbohydrate, 180 grams, fats 46 grams, vitamin C 70 milligrams, and for calcium 800 milligrams. Hence, based on the recommended daily nutrient above, we can set up the linear programming model. Okay. In this problem, our main objective is to minimize the total cost of daily diet of students which will fulfill the minimal requirement of nutrient. So, for the objective function, we set minimize Z because we want to minimum the cost for the diet student. So, minimize Z is equal to C1 X1 plus C2 X2 until Cn Xn. Okay, I will explain later what is Cn and Xn. Subject to the 5 constraints, which are protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin C, and calcium. So for the first constraint, we can set the constraint as A11 X1 plus A12 X2 until Cn Xn greater and equal 55 gram. Why we take 55 gram? It based on the recommended daily nutrition intake. So for the protein, the recommended daily is for 55 gram. Okay, for the next constraint, for the carbohydrate, we can set as A21X1 plus A22X2 until C2Xn greater and equal 180 gram. For the third constraint, which are for the fat constraint, A31X1 plus A32X2 until C3Xn greater and equal 46 gram. For the vitamin C constraint, A41X1 plus A42X2 until C4Xn greater and equal 70 milligram. And for the last constraint, for calcium, A51X1 plus A52X2 until C5Xn greater and equal 800 milligram. And we set as X1, X2, X3, X4 greater and equal 1. Okay, where Cn is the cost of menu N. Xn is many of type N. For example, Xn is plain rice and the cost of plain rice is 1 ringgit, so 1 Xy. AMN is equal to amount of nutrient type M in menu type N. Okay, I will explain later in the next slide. Okay, for decision variable, we have taken 22 meal as decision variable as shown in table 2, which are students commonly eat in their daily diet as a sustaining food. In this diet problem using LPP, we have to find out how many grams of this food are necessary for the daily requirement of nutrient for student at minimum cost. For the objective function, in this problem, our main objective is to minimize the total cost of a daily diet of student which will fulfill the minimum requirement of nutrients. Here, we want the cost of food item purchased to be as little as possible. At the same time, we also emphasize on the fact that these food items provide all the necessary nutrients required for the healthy life of students. Some food items can be common for different nutrients. It is beneficial for cost cutting of diet. Constraint means restriction food item should provide minimum nutritional requirement necessary for healthy life. There are many nutrients which are available in various food items, but for convenience for students, we consider 5 nutrients which are commonly available in all types of food items and their minimum amount which are required for sustaining a healthy life recommended by Ministry of Health Malaysia, as shown in table below. Okay, this is the table for choice of common food at the cafe KUO with nutrient contents. For example, for plain rice, we set the coefficient, we set the decision variable as X1, and for the price for plain rice is 1 ringgit. And the nutrient are stated here. The decision variable is from X1, X2, X3 until X22. For the objective function, in this problem, our main objective is to minimize the total cost of daily diet of student, which will fulfill the minimum requirement of student. So, we take the price and the decision variable. For the constraint, we take protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin C and calcium for our constraint.
Finding and analysis. There were 16 respondents providing feedback on the questionnaire in this research. The question is divided into 2 sections, which is section A and section B. Section A is respondability, include gender and weight, and section B have 3 items, include lunch menu, drink menu, and also the minimum spend per day. There are 8 respondents are male, while 8 respondents are female. Next, for weight, there is only 1 respondent is weight below 40 kg, 7 respondents are weight between 41 to 16 kg, 3 respondents are weight between 61 to 70, and weight for others respondents are above 70 kg. Okay, this is the menu in questionnaire. There are 70 lunch menu and 7 drink menu. From the respondent for lunch menu, we choose the highest percentage on the most common choice among the respondent. There is 60% for plain rice, 50% for plain water, 30% for fried chicken, 7% from chicken curry, and also 6% for chocolate water. Okay, next for linear programming. Based on the information collected from the most common choice among the respondents, the LP model is as follows. minimum cost is equal to 2x1 plus 4x2 plus 4x4 plus 0.8x16 plus 2x19. Subject to all the constraints from the nutrient, which protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin C and also calcium in each menu from the most common choice from the respondent, and the all constraint is greater and equal, which all the nutrition recommended daily intake for protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin C and also calcium. For Lindo solver, Lindo software has been used to solve the diet problem and to suggest the minimum diet which the minimum nutrition requirement on protein, carbohydrate, fats, vitamin C and also calcium. According to Lauren et al. 2020, a child who is 4 to 8 years old should drink about 5 cups of each day. For kids aged 9 to 30, the amount increased to 70 cups, and at age 40 to 80, water intake should range from 8 to 11 cups per day. Thus, we add constraint sheet which is x16 less than and equal to 8. The resultant optimal solution which gives the minimum cost of daily milk that satisfies the nutrition requirement is mean Z is equal to 20.11, which the basic variable x1 is equal to 6.33, x2 is equal to 1.84 and x16 is equal to 8. Here x1, x2 and x16 is indicates plain rice, chicken curry and also plain water.
Next, for the sensitivity analysis. The sensitivity analysis is the investigation of how an average optimal solution is affected by its parameter. The values are the most basic form of sensitivity analysis information. For example, reduced cost is non-zero only when the variable's value is equal to its upper or lower bound at the optimal solution. Okay, this variable is called as a non-basic variable, and its value was driven to the bound during the optimization process. The reduced cost tells us how much the objective coefficient can be increased or decreased before the optimal solution changes. Okay, next. Okay. This is the value for the optimal solution. Okay, the optimal solution is represented by the value x1 equal 6.37204, x2 equal 1.844660, x4 equal 0, x60 equal 8 and x90 equal 0. Okay, so the optimal objective function value can be found by plugging the optimal solution, into the objective function to obtain 20.10584. Okay, we get the value here. Okay, next, for the allowable increase and allowable decrease, okay, the allowable increase and allowable decrease will be specify how much the current coefficient can change before the optimal solution will change. Okay, for example, for the variable x1, since the allowable increase is 1.278802, okay, if we increase the current coefficient of x1 from 1, the current coefficient to any value up to an upper limit of 2.278802, so the optimal solution will not change. Therefore, the allowable decrease is 0.957690. If we decrease the current coefficient of x1 from 1 to any value up to n lower limit of 0.04231, so the optimal solution will not change. Okay, furthermore, for variable x2, The optimal solution will not change if the coefficient is changed between 1.28381 to 68.390709. Therefore, the variable x4, the optimal solution will not change if the coefficient is changed between 0.249085 to positive infinity. Okay, furthermore, for variable x60, the optimal solution will not change if the coefficient is changed between negative infinity to 1.327417. So finally, for variable x19, the optimal solution will not change if the coefficient is changed between 0.877654 to positive infinity. Okay. For example, if we decrease the cost of x1, which is plane-wise, by Rm 1 ringgit, by its allowable decrease Rm 2.957690, so we get the cost Rm 0.043231. So we get the minimum cost is Rm 40.01. So if we decrease the cost of x2, which is chicken curry, Rm 4 ringgit, by its allowable decrease 2.716198 ringgit, we get the cost 1.28381 ringgit. So we get the minimum cost is 50.1 ringgit. Okay, next, when we change of objective function from this, which is z equal to x1 plus 4x2 plus 4x4 plus 0.8x60 plus 2x19 to z equal to 2x1 plus 5x2 plus 5x4 plus 1.2x60 plus 3x19. Okay, the model are still in optimal state. This is because this coefficient is still in optimality ranges, where the new optimal is z equal to Rm 32 ringgit, 32.28 ringgit. Okay, next, in this diet problem, the dual value are constant over a range of possible changes in the objective function coefficient and the constant right hand side. Therefore, each division variable, the report shows its coefficient in the objective function and the amount by which the coefficient will be increased or decreased without changing the dual value. Okay. So in a minimization problem, in the minimum diet, okay, the objective function will decrease if we increase the right hand side of a constraint with a positive dual price. But in this study, since the dual price is 0 and negative value, so we not make change the constraint right hand side. Okay. This is for the sensitivity analysis part. This is all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, the best meal option for student of Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris who is staying in College Ungku Omar is simple rice, curry chicken and plain water. Next, the result for the optimum solution, which give the minimum cost of daily meal is 20 ringgit and 11 cents. This cost will give a best nutritional nutrient that they need to get a healthy life. This diet may seem unreasonable, but they no denying that it's the best option under the constraint we set. The best diet strategy is connecting to the cost of food. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.